Good day and welcome back to Elementary 72 Gaming. Now, this is Attack on Titan episode 5. That's the video I'm doing. I did say that this is just one of the animes that I'm going to cover. I might cover another in the future, but they aren't really the main content of the channel. Right now, they're the only thing which is being posted for the day, so I hope you all do enjoy. So, episode 5 starts off with the Colossal Titan just having appeared before the front wall. Now, I do know that I have explained a little bit about what happens after it previously, but nonetheless, let's continue from this point. Eren jumps up, he's the only one to get to the top of the wall, and he begins to assault the Titan in an instant. He is being driven by absolute dedication to stop this from happening a second time. He attacks, he is perfect in his execution, and he almost catches the Colossal Titan off guard. He is just about to hit the nape when it blasts out steam and he gets shot off. At this point, the Titan disappears, he reattaches to the wall, and he jumps back onto the wall where the rest of his comrades have finally come up and they're asking him if he killed it. And his answer is simple: no, it just vanished like the last time. So we know that they already knew that the last time it appeared, it simply vanished, it didn't move away. So those are the basics to it. Now they all huddling up on the wall. The advanced regiment or the advanced squad comes in to start setting up their defense to make sure that the Titans don't get inside the city. You see them set up a big net on the outside. They have several trenches, big barricades to drop over on the Titans so they can have some advantage against them if their numbers are small enough. A few seconds later, you see that all of those defenses have already been bust through and they're walking through effortlessly. The city is being flooded by Titans, so we know that it's a repeat of what happened in the first episode. The city is being flooded with Titans. At this point, we go back to the garrison where they're getting ready to deploy, and the first thing that we get told is there are 4 squads. The garrison advance, which is already been annihilated, and we get that information with this entire speech. Then we find out that there's the Vanguard who will be fighting right in the front to slow down the Titans as much as possible. Then there will be the Middle Guard, who are actually the a mix between the new recruits and those who are just in the garrison regiment. So basically, it's a mix of forces. They will provide reinforcements to the Vanguard. And last but not least is the elite squad, who will be helping to make sure that the evacuation happens as fast as possible to spare as many lives as possible in case the big and bad armored titan shows up again and breaks the wall again. So this is exactly what they told. And then we cut through to the scene of the commander of the Southern Territory, Pixis. He is in the middle of a chess game with one of the nobles. He's playing down his skills so that the noble can beat him. And he gets the news of the attack and he starts moving immediately to get to the war. He takes a big drink of alcohol to give him some courage. And as he's about to leave, this noble tells him, how can a man who constantly loses to me in chess be of any help to humanity? You'd rather just listen to what I say, bring your garrison, form up around my castle, and protect me. And the first thing that one of his subordinates say, Pixis' subordinates say, if the commander were to face a titan, he wouldn't play down his skill like he does against you, saying that he has some type of way with the way that he plays with them so that he is underdoing his skill. We then cut back to the garrison. People are going crazy. They totally shivering in fear. They rattled up. Jean, who's one of the main characters who we've seen so far, is looking at everybody throwing up and huddling up in balls, crying and squealing. And he runs into Eren, and Eren asks him what's wrong. And he says, we aren't all suicidal maniacs like you. And Eren, for the first time, says something of very good reason. This is what we have trained for the past 3 years. Wake up, pull yourself together. Tomorrow, your future will still be waiting for you with the MP. All you've got to do is get through this event. This year inspires him, it inspires everyone around him. It gets John a little bit, Sean or John, I'm not sure which way his name goes, but gets him a little bit anxious, and he finally, understands exactly what was being said. The next thing we cut to is the evacuation procedures being pushed out as people are being forced to get to the gate. Then we head back to the front where we finally get to see Eren and his squad going out, and Eren tells his squad, we're going to do this here, we're going to fight the Titans, we're going to beat them back. This is where we do it. Now, at this point, he gives a whole lot of a speech, basically motivating them on a reason why they should be there. Everybody is really for fear at this whole situation because the Titans are no laughing matter. The next thing to happen is Eren gives another set of information to us. He has a flashback as they're going through why they're using blades of all things to fight Titans. We saw that there's big cannons all over the wall, and we know that they've been firing them, so why aren't they having an effect? And we get this lesson. So the first thing we are told is Titans regenerate, and when you shoot them, they just regrow any organ that is destroyed. So if you shoot off their head, they'll regrow the head in a matter of minutes. So that is the one thing to note. That's what they can do. So we already know that it's quite pointless to hit them with that. It just slows them down a little, but that's the reason why they use it. So they then move on and they keep talking about it. And someone asks, so basically you're saying they're immortal. And the ecology is different from most organic life, as they were saying. They are catered to only eat humans and nothing else. So that's something else that we find out about Titans. Now, we will find out a little bit more about the way they eat in the coming few episodes, but let's just stop at this point. For that entire lesson, that's all that we get information on when it comes to that section of them. And we also get told that they represent the average human male with no reproductive organs. So we know they don't have genitals. So they're naked men just by body figure, no organs to talk of on the outside to show that they are human. They don't know how they how they reproduce or how their numbers grow. They don't know anything about that, so that's all that they actually know. The next thing we get is the message that they can be killed. There's actually a way to kill them. Behind the head, between the nape, if you give it sufficient damage, the Titan dies. It doesn't regenerate. So there is a way to kill them. But it's not a very easy thing to do. That's why they have these special flesh paring blades. So we know that that weapon is absolutely catered to just slice through flesh. It's also meant to break on bone so that they don't get locked in. We can see it by its mechanism. It's similar to a box cutter. So if they cut very deep to ensure that they get the kill, the moment it pulls through, the blade can be detached or broken the moment it hits a bone. So it can't get you lodged onto a Titan as it falls and kill you in that way. So that's what we understand about the weapon. So now we understand why they're using those long box cutter blades to fight the Titans, because it can be broken and it allows them to cut through the Titans quite easy because it's good at cutting through flesh. So we've got all the understanding behind it. It is a Titan specific weapon, so an anti-Titan weapon. The next thing that we get to do is we get to see a memory from Eren's childhood after they get into combat. So they get into combat and they don't even last a second. The moment they start charging in, an abnormal Titan, a Titan who doesn't follow the regular pattern, jumps forward and eats one of the members of Eren's squad. Now, the squad is a small number, a small team. I think it's 6, 7, or 8. I'm not sure exactly how many people in the squad, but nonetheless, one gets eaten immediately by the abnormal. Eren charges in full speed, full steam ahead to attack it. And as he's moving, a Titan jumps up on the bottom and bites off his leg. This is the point where he stumbles on the roof. He is knocked out almost, and everybody else is now being attacked by Titans left, right, and center. They start coming out of every corner, every alleyway, and everybody is just dying like crazy. And we just see how easy it is for them to kill them. Their ropes, their steel cables which they use to move up and down, it's just a single yank for these Titans with the amount of power they have, and you get flung around. They can just grab you in the air and eat you. They can just jump up and lunge and bite you out. So those are all the things that they learn about them in that combat. Now, moving forward from there, we get this massive section of memory flash. Now, that's obviously just as Armin is about to be swallowed by a Titan, we get this memory flash for Eren. And Eren goes back to the past when they're looking at a book which was supposedly about the outside world. They talk about the sea and how it's full of salt water, which for them is such a rare thing, and merchants would have tried to fish out all the salt from the sea the moment they found out there was something with that valuable of a resource. Now, it's hard for us to understand, but remember, they're limited behind a wall. That's all they have. They've never seen a mountain, they've never seen a great lake, and when they hear about these things, it's just like a shock to them. They've seen small ponds, small rivers, but they haven't seen true lakes, true big, gigantic water sources. And with all this information, you see them looking through, and Eren says he has to see the outside world as well. And we find out that Armin's parents snuck out of the war, and that's most likely where they died, on their way trying to see what the outside world had to offer, because they're going through Titan territory. At this point, we then go flashing back, and we see Eren launches himself into the mouth to save his best friend, Armin. He grabs him by the hand, flings him out, and as he's trying to escape the Titan's mouth, you hear him say, "We still have to see it. We still have to see everything." And as he's holding the Titan's mouth open with that flash paring blade of theirs, it snaps, and the Titan snaps off one of his arms as it swallows him in. So that is the end of Eren as far as we see in episode 6. We then get this massive scream from Armin showing the amount of pain he's in, and we see a cloud wash over the entire place as Mikasa gets this feeling of dread. Basically, that's what they're trying to symbolize at the end. So that is the review of what happens in episode 6. I hope that you all do enjoy, and I will catch you all in the next one.